Welcome back, you little crypto crazies, to another episode of Seriouscrypto. I'm your host with the most, Brett Breeze, and I found another article that digs deep into this proof of weak hands 3D platform, guys, and I'll jump right into it. Right here was a DApp review on Steemit, because I've had some questions in the previous video in the comments. People are not really understanding how it works, and this actually goes into great detail how the platform works and everything. So let's just jump right into it. Gather around, gather around. I'm going to read to you guys. So the DApp I'm talking about today is called POWH3D, or Proof of Weak Hands 3D. It is a smart contract that sells ERC20 tokens. For every token that is purchased from the contract, the cost goes up by about 10 GWEI. For every token sold, it goes down the same. In this way, the ether in the contract will always be tied to the number of tokens in circulation. Okay, but what's the point? This is where it gets fun. Dividend. You see, out of every purchase, 10% of the ETH is taken and redistributed to the current token holders pro rata. So as a token holder, you automatically receive a proportional amount of ether for every single purchase after yours. You guys got that? For every single purchase after yours. Sounds pretty cool, right? But it even gets better. The same is true when someone sells their tokens. When Joe decides to sell, 10% of the ETH from that sell is also distributed to the token holders. This means that token holders don't care whether you buy or sell, they make money either way. Wait, hold on. You're saying when I buy or sell P3D, I lose 10%? That is where the proof of weak hands concept comes into play. You pay a premium to join the party and to leave the party. These premiums fund the party. Due to this, token holders are incentivized to stay in the party and get paid over time. Those who leave early will lose out on their 10% as well as any future dividend. Do I have to pay 10% when I withdraw my dividends? Nope. Dividends can be transferred to your wallet anytime at no charge, except for the Ethereum gas cost, of course. So you can use these dividends as a passive income. But there's also another option, reinvestment. You can use your dividends to buy more P3D tokens from the contract, increasing your future dividends. So the more P3D tokens you hold, the more dividends you can receive. This sounds like a Ponzi scheme. I'm glad you mentioned that. Let's take a look at how the SEC defines a Ponzi scheme. A Ponzi scheme is an investment fraud that involves the payment and purported returns to existing investors from funds contributed by new investors. Ponzi scheme organizers often solicit new investors by promising to invest funds in opportunities claimed to generate high returns with little or no risk. In many Ponzi schemes, the fraudsters focus on attracting new money to make promised payments to earlier stage investors to create the false appearance that investors are profiting from a legitimate business. With little or no legitimate earnings, Ponzi schemes require a consistent flow of money from new investors to continue. Ponzi schemes tend to collapse when it becomes difficult to recruit new investors or when a large number of investors ask to cash out. Basically, Ponzi schemes claim to invest your money in high return, low risk assets while guaranteeing you a fixed payout every time. Then they proceed to hold onto your money, using it to pay the next guy. In Proof of Weak Hands 3D, all funds are securely stored within the smart contract and cannot be removed by anyone without following the rules defined by the contract. Other than the dividend payout when others buy and sell, there is no guaranteed payouts. Let me say that again. Other than the dividend payout when others buy or sell, there is no guaranteed payouts. But each P3D token has an intrinsic value of the dividend payouts that would be automatically accrued by selling of all other tokens. The distribution of POWH3D is completely transparent and enforced by this immutable contract. If people would stop investing, nothing would happen because there's no fraudulent payouts. If you are unfamiliar with how smart contracts work, and he offers a site right here that you can click on right here to get the gist of it. But essentially, once a smart contract is created on the blockchain, it can never be changed or removed. This guarantees that all the rules will be enforced autonomously. But can't someone just take all the money we've invested? Good question. It is possible to create a smart contract with a backdoor that allows the creator to maliciously take money. Some such contracts do exist, so always exercise caution when using them. But this smart contract is open source and can be easily reviewed by peers. I strongly encourage you to read this POWH3D contract here. They give you another link to read the contract, and I suggest you guys read through it. The POWH3D contract has been audited by several developers and community members to have no backdoors or other potential exploits. In fact, the contract is only about 800 lines, and someone with minimal programming experience can easily read through it. Okay, but what happens if everyone sells their tokens? Won't I be left holding the bag? In any old pyramid scam, this would be true. But this is where the 3D aspect comes into play. As everyone is dumping their tokens, you'll be receiving dividends for every sell. As more people sell, your pro rata portion of the pot increases and your dividends increase. If you're the last person in, you had the strongest hand and will be rewarded with generous dividends. So are there guaranteed returns? As I mentioned above, aside from the dividend payout enforced by the contract, POWH3D does not guarantee any returns. This is what separates it from a typical Ponzi scheme. In order to get paid dividends, new money must come in, or current holders must sell. Outside of these actions, no dividends are ever paid or promised. That being said, the team is working on other contracts that will create more avenues to use and earn P3D. Is there a way to increase my dividends besides buying more tokens? Yes. If you stake a certain number of tokens, which just means holding them in your wallet, you will receive a masternode link. Anytime someone who has clicked this link buys or sells P3D tokens, 30% of the fee accrued is deposited directly into your dividend fund. You will continue to get this cut from that user as long as the cookie remains in their browser. At the moment, it requires 5 tokens to have a masternode. But this is a promotional level and will likely go up soon. Wasn't this hacked? There was a team working on a project that was known as Proof of Weak Hands. There were several issues pertaining to the contract and the team members in that project. The POWH3D team is unaffiliated with the old project and has written an entirely new contract from scratch. Aren't there other potential problems? As with anything made by humans, nothing is perfect. There's possibilities of bugs that haven't yet been found, but I believe that it is unlikely. The contract is simple and has been reviewed by several credible people. The team seems solid and helpful too, and is quite active on their Discord. And like I said, guys, you can click on their Discord, be a part of it, get in there. That's what's so fun about all of these is we get to communicate with the devs on Discord. That's where you'll find a lot of dev teams on Discord. So where do you think this is going? As with any project like this, nothing is guaranteed, but I've spoken with the devs and reviewed the contract myself. I think this project could go a long ways. It retains many of the potential benefits of a Ponzi scheme while removing the shadowiness and criminality of it. There is also no end game. It could theoretically last as long as Ethereum is around. The team is also working on other contracts that will work with the P3D token, creating an evolving ecosystem around it. So there you have it, guys. A pretty good explanation of how POWH3D operates and what the benefits are. What I wanted to go over with you guys, because when I first got on it, I didn't really quite understand how to sign up and how to get everything going. So when you click the link in the description below, it'll take you to this site right here. So what you have to do from here is you go to Smart Exchange, and this is where you'll be linked up. You're not signed in. Like if I go to purchase right here, it'll say you are not signed into MetaMask. Please install, sign in, and try again. So if you don't have MetaMask installed, you need to install it. I suggest you guys go to YouTube and find you a MetaMask, how to install it. It's super easy. It's actually linked up to your Chrome browser. I have it right here up in the top right hand corner. So once I click on MetaMask right here, it just asks me to log in. So once you log into MetaMask, buy and reinvest, and you'll have to hit the refresh button up here, guys, and then it pops up and it's in my account right now. Since I made my last video, guys, I'm actually up a little bit in my ETH wallet here now. I'm excited about this, so I just wanted to share that with you guys. If you have any questions, get at me in the comments, let me know. So hopefully this video is very informative to you guys on POWH3D. That's what I'm going to call it. Proof of Weak Hands 3D is just a little too long for me, so I'm going to start calling it POWH3D. Hopefully you guys like it, and if you do, smash that like button, give a big old head pound on the subscribe button, tell your friends about me, Brett Breeze, the host with the most here at Seriouscrypto. We'll check you guys later.